Okay, guys, here's a new setup that I've been working on. Um, it combines just a couple simple things um, and kind of like makes your decision process a lot less arbitrary. You're going to have a set of rules that is going to allow you to make informed decisions throughout the day. So this is definitely an intraday trading setup. What we have, the reason that there's two here, this is going to be a 5 minute time frame. This is going to be a tick time frame. And the reason that we're going to be looking at the tick is because what you always see is this U shape of volume right here, right? At the beginning and end of the day, we have high volume. It levels out during the middle of the day, and then it ramps back up at the end of the day. The ticks allow you to smooth that right out like this. So what that does is kind of gives an equal weight to each candle rather than having some candles be a lot more significant than the others. We've also got a VWAP on here. This is going to just be, this red line is the opening bar. So you can see on both these charts we open at 44.30. We end at, well, we have a high of 47.58. And then what I like about this too is here's the pre-market. You've got all of this here. Pre-market here is 2 candles. And just that's because that's how many transactions happened in the pre-market. And so interestingly, 2 candles into the day here, that's 1 minute into the day. So it's a good way to give you an idea of how important this may or may not be. And then moving down here, we have this Fisher transform is similar to a stochastic. I just like this one a little bit better. And then in the background here, we have these red and green spikes that correspond to the red and green candles. And what this is a waveform. Kind of gives you the force and volume of each wave of price action. It's called a Weis wave. It's kind of a Wyckofian thing from back in the 1910s or 20s. But we're going to combine all these things together, and I'll show you how you can make trade decisions using these and just a little bit of Fibonacci. So this morning we had really strong, as we all know, market went way up. We got 12% here on AMD today. So first thing we're going to do is use this Fisher transform stochastic, we'll just call it. It's got an uptrend, so we definitely would want to go long this morning. And then as long as we have the uptrend continue, we have these green spikes are bigger than the red spikes, that's going to tell us that the bulls are in control. So that's going to be the first indicator we're going to use. And then the second thing that we're going to use when we're concerned about a reversal is just a Fibonacci. So stick that on here. And we're looking for any of these price reversals not to hit 50% or more. So this first one you can see comes down to about 23. The second one comes down to 38. It's funny how well these match up. So 38, even though, let's just lock that in for a second. You can see down here that the red candles are the spikes are getting a little bit taller. So what we're going to do is have a confirmation between these two indicators. So if the red spikes are starting to get bigger, we would confirm a reversal by the price action hitting 50% or more. So in this instance, it does not do that. And interestingly, even though these charts look different, you can see here, we put this on this first big spike, comes down to exactly 38 with a little wick lower, and the same thing here. And this one, comes down to the 50, but doesn't go below it, and the same thing here. So even though these charts look different, they are basically the same. So as this one's coming down here, we may be concerned that it could follow through, but we've got VWAP here. It doesn't even make it to VWAP, and then this stochastic here gets a reading all the way down to about 2%. So that it's probably at the end of that leg of price action. And then of course we get this big spike coming forward, and then now we have this sort of middle of the day doldrums, and you can see we've got sort of spikes about the same height, but the price action never really pulls down from this line, so we don't have a reason to think that it's going to reverse on us. And then again, it starts to take off. So the next thing we would do is just remove that, maybe move this over one so that we have a little bit better accuracy. So here you can see, we just barely hit past 38, and then as we go up, we never really have much of a reversal till the end of the day. And interestingly also, if you look at the time spacing here, you can sort of see the U shape, how in the beginning of the day we're bunched up here at 9 o'clock, goes a third of the way into the day, and then the whole middle third is quite a long ways from 9 o'clock to really to an hour before close, I guess. And then this hour before close takes up almost probably a quarter of the whole scale. We hit this high here at 5 minutes before close, and we still have all these bars, versus the high here is basically the last bar. But that's just kind of how you can use these combination of things together to get this information. Here's Friday, so if we back this one up to a 5-day, and here to a Friday. We had an opposite, we had a down day on Friday, and we can see that, we have, this time we have the big red spikes, predominantly throughout the day, up until we had a reversal here, and now look, the green spikes get bigger. Here, big red in the beginning, still red, one little reversal in this area. But if we use the Fibonacci again, we can see, we got a 23% reversal there. You can come down to the lower one. We're not quite to a 38. So it does actually work throughout this whole thing here. And then if you did this, you could see, we're starting to get, up out of our range for what a reversal would be. So we'd want to either close the position or reverse it. But it does work for up or down. And again, same thing over here. Maybe you can see a little bit better. So we can see here the price action hits the 38, kind of goes down, and then blasts through 50%, officially changing that trend, middle of the day. So let me know if you guys have any questions, but I think this is a pretty good one. I'm going to keep back testing it and see if it works in more conditions. Thanks.